Welcome back to FBW Gaming, everybody. I am Biscuit Weasel. I am half of FBW Gaming. I am doing this video solo because we're going to be talking about my Dark Dimension 3 run, Node 1, one shot, one kill. But before we get to that, guys, I want to say thank you guys. If you're new to our channel, please make sure to hit that big red subscribe button, like the video, and make sure you share it with your alliance mates and your friends. It really does help us out. Those are three things that are really easy and free for you guys to do, which do actually help the channel. We also like hearing from you guys. So as you're watching, if you like what you're seeing, please leave us some feedback. Tell me what you see that you like. And if there's things that you don't like, make sure you let me know that as well. If you want to catch us live, our Twitch channels are going to be down in the description, as well as our Discord links if you want to catch us offline. So without further ado, guys, let's jump over in game, and I'm gonna give you 5 tips that I think helped me successfully complete Node 1 of Dark Dimension 3, one shot, one kill. All right, guys, so the very first tip I want to give you all is choose your characters carefully. Gear 14 is a pretty high investment for a character. Lots of gold, lots of training mats, lots of gear needed to get them to those Gear 14. So the 5 I chose are Mr. Sinister, Hela, Emma Frost, Symbiote Spider-Man, and Ghost. Those are my 5 that I chose for this run. Controlling when the opposing team takes turns is extremely important. So now this whole thing took me about 40 minutes. So I've sped it up quite a lot, and it's only going to be about 11 minutes or so. You'll see that I initially attacked Falcon because he's going to be the damage dealer right up front. But I also want to control Doctor Strange. I also have to control Psylocke because she has that cleanse that is a first turn cleanse with her. So you'll see there I spread all those buffs that I had, the defense down and the speed down that I gave to Strange. Now here, because I took Sinister in, you really have to be very careful about and very intentional with who you're cloning, because this was huge for me. So as you guys can see, I was thinking there for a minute. Now I cloned a second Hela because now that I have 2 Helas, every time a Greg dies, now I have 4 Gregs because one Hela has 2 Gregs. So I have 2 Helas, so I have 4 Gregs. Now, what does that do for me? That gives me Ghost, 4 Gregs that can remove turn meter, speed bar. So now the whole thing here is about controlling Cyclops, especially because he has that special where he can apply taunt to lowest health characters. As you can see there, Falcon took a turn, killed Gregs, and I come back. Now that also means that my Helas are staying very healthy. So now it's going to be here. I hit Psylocke. Now I got her into 50%. Now that means that Colossus is going to taunt. So I want to go ahead and put Disrupt on there to keep him from going. Now, while I take a minute, guys, I want to talk to you about tip number 2. Because I was very intentional about my characters of who I took in, I don't really have my one MVP for me. I have pretty much all of them were my MVPs. I was very intentional with the ones that I picked, and it really made a huge difference for me. So I guess that's not really a tip so much as it is just a statement of fact more so. So tip number 3, like we already talked about, if you make sure you take Sinister, I highly recommend him. You want to clone Hela, like we were just talking about. All right, so as you can see, Psylocke just went and put a pretty big hurt on my Sinister. So I'm having to be very, very careful here about my next moves. Now, so I finished off Falcon. Now here, so I have the stun up on Symbiote Spider-Man, and so I'm not doing this by myself. I'm doing this live on Twitch, which brings me to my next tip, guys. My next tip is take your time. Like I said earlier, this whole thing took me 40 minutes, but I sped it up. So you want to make sure that you take your time, be very deliberate with your runs, because a one misplay can literally destroy the rest of your runs. So you have to be very careful. And the reason it's taking me a little bit of time here is because of my 5th tip. Now we just stunned Groot, because that's going to be really helpful for us here in just a few minutes. Here I want to go ahead and take out Psylocke because of that cleanse, and she's just the damage dealer at this point. Now we want to focus on Cyclops. There we go. Now, tip number 5, and you'll see that sometimes it takes me it might take me a minute or two, but it was not going to feel like a minute or two because I've sped this up so much, because it was a 40-minute run. Ask for help. I had my wingman Flare, and then I had our good buddy Crash, who was in our chat as well while I was streaming this live, helping me. I've not done Dark Dimension 3 yet, so you have to make sure that you're asking for help. Ask help from people that have done it. So you can see there, I jumped on Cyclops, which extended the stun on Groot, because I don't want him cleansing, because I have all of these buffs. And now it's literally just a matter of controlling who takes a turn when, because they have so many deep debuffs, they're really not going to be moving. And there we go. We killed Mysterio, and then we had the next wave drop. So here we go. Here we go. And I'm checking my moves. Again, like I said, one misplay can be very detrimental. So I went ahead and used her ultimate on Psylocke. It cleared those buffs, and it put a blind on her. So now it's going to be about controlling her, not letting her take a turn, and getting that cleanse. With Hela, I wanted to put Disrupt on Cyclops so that he doesn't taunt for me. Now we have defense down, heal block, and we have blind on Psylocke. So we're going to ult with Hela. We're going to spread all those buffs. Now everybody has defense down, heal block, and we have blind. And that's the name of the game, is keeping them from taking turns, or if they take turns, making them miss with blind. Oh no, we decided to go ahead and go with the basic. Thought we ulted there, and probably going to just basic on Cyclops. Now we have 2 Cyclops and we have 2 Colossus, so we kind of have to figure out what we're gonna do. Now here is really where Hela comes in. Having the double Helas and the 4 Gregs is, you can, when you blow up with the Gregs, you're reducing the speed bar for that character. So I have 4 of them that I can do. And so now we've got Hela's special. We're going to disrupt Cyclops again. There we go. And he gets stuck behind those taunts, which is very, very important for us. I've got 10 characters on the field, so I can't really clone anybody. So I'm just going to save that, because you can only have 10, so there's no point in really cloning anybody, because it's not going to do us any good. It's going to be a waste. Now we've got everybody in a really good position, so we're going to hit Ghost Rider. We have SSM special, or ultimate up again. And so if I remember right, we're probably going to, we're gonna grab Ghost Rider and stun him, because he's going to be our next damage dealer. All right, there's a miss because of the ultimate from Ghost, or when we spread the buffs. Now we killed Groot. He revived, and then he cleansed. So that wasn't ideal, but we're still okay. I still have my complete team, and we're over halfway. We're at 9 of 20 left, and what we have on the board are the last 9 enemies that we have to take out. we're just going to focus on Ghost Rider. The longer we leave him, the more people we kill, is just going to be very bad for us. I want to extend that disrupt. Nope. I went with the basic on Ghost Rider. Just want to keep hitting him. Yep, got him down. Now we have our Gregs, and you're going to watch. We don't want Falcon taking a turn, so we are going to reduce his speed bar with Greg. We're probably going to we're going to get rid of these buffs from Groot, most likely by using Ghost Special. Nope, so we just basicked to take down his turn meter. All right, put blind on Ghost Rider. And now we're going to jump and extend those debuffs again a turn. So yeah, I mean, look at those buffs. You got 3 or 4 turns of disrupt and defense down on Colossus. So yeah, he's not going to be taking a taunt anytime soon. And so here we're in the end game. Now it's just a matter of making sure that I target the right people when I do. Again, using Greg to strip turn meter was extremely important. Speed bar, not turn meter. There's Falcon. So now our biggest damage dealer is kind of gone now, and so these last 6-7 characters becomes pretty easily to manage. We're gonna start. We're probably now, because we have most everybody down below 50% health. Now we're just gonna start spamming basics, because we want to be able to have all of our abilities ready to go for the next round, which is my final tip. Make sure as you get down to your last 4 or 5 characters, make sure you start saving up your abilities, because you need those specials and ultimate abilities ready to go into phase 1 or into node 2 for your first attack. You want to have all of your abilities ready to go so that you're not having to wait, take a few turns. It's because it's a pain anyway. So make sure you have all of those abilities ready to go. And there we go, guys. All right, and so there you go, guys. That's how I did my run of Dark Dimension 3 Node 1. It was a one-shot, one kill, and I just want to reiterate my 5 tips. Choose your characters very carefully. I went with Symbiote Spider-Man, Ghost, Hela, Emma, and Mr. Sinister. If you use Sinister, tip number 2 is make sure you clone Hela your very first time. Having those Gregs, having the stun from Symbiote Spider-Man, having the blind from Emma, and being able to spread all that blind with Hela's ultimate, and having Ghost to 50% health damage, and extending debuffs a turn were critical to my success. Tip number 3, take your time. Like I mentioned, that run took me 40 minutes, but I sped it up so much so that you guys could see it in 11 to 12 minutes. Tip 4, ask for help. Get help from people that have done this already. And then number 5, when you get down to those last 2, 3, 4 characters, start spamming your basics. That way you have all your specials and your ultimate saved up to go into node number 2 for your next run. All right, guys, I love you guys. Hope you have an amazing week. If I don't see you guys, I hope to catch you guys live. We do Biscuits and Star-Lords on Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. I look forward to seeing you guys. Until then, guys, remember, FBW Gaming wants to be your Hitchhiker's Guide to the Multiverse. Until later, guys, y'all take care.